grade 8 valedictorian, Samantha.
Good morning, Mr. Rutherford, guests, staff, teachers, family, friends, and fellow graduates. I'm honored to be standing here today representing this year's graduating class. On behalf of my fellow classmates and peers, I would like to thank you all for joining us on this momentous occasion. As we look back on our experience in elementary school and, more recently, our entrance into the middle school, we really had no idea what to expect. We thought of middle school as a stepping stone, only to reach the real goal, senior school. Now, we can truly see that it was an enriching experience in itself. Think back to when we were in 6th grade. We toured the middle school, trying not to make eye contact with the huge 8th graders, waving at our sisters and brothers who pretended they didn't know us, and being wide-eyed with excitement after listening to the director, Mr. Voss, telling us about what middle school would bring. Everything seemed bigger, wilder, and way more fun. Then there came the next fall, the start of grade 7. We welcomed what seemed like a record amount of new students to our classes. We started to make new friendships and strengthen some of the old. We were given new privileges, and with that came new responsibilities. Did we always do our jobs? No way, but we learned from our experiences, at least most of the time. And these experiences shaped the people that we are today. Summer came, and we had survived to 7th grade. Again, September began, marking the beginning of our final year in middle school, our final year of elementary students. We towered over the 7th graders. Were we ever really that small and scared looking? As a class, we took the journey through 8th grade. Together, we have learned about Canada's Confederation, played games with the Morgan's Twist, learned about the religions of the world with Father Crowther, and researched the World War I for our trench projects with Mrs. Calderon. Together, we have tackled algebra and angles, learned how to use the verb être in the past tense, and read Julius Caesar, made robots dance, and played the gauntlet in music class with Mr. McGee and Mrs. Marshall. Now, at the end of the year, we have all grown immensely, both figuratively and literally. We are smarter, more confident, and of course, taller. We have come to understand the importance of our HTS education, an education that goes far beyond the classroom. As Oscar Wilde wrote, education is an admirable thing, but it is well to remember from time to time that nothing worth knowing can be taught. The first time that I read this quote, I completely agreed. I mean, when, in my entire life, will I ever need to know exactly what pathos means? Sorry, Ms. Osmond and Mr. Kaisek. But our education at HTS, our life in the middle school, is something more important than learning the past tense of irregular verbs. No offense intended to our excellent French teachers, Madame Lodge and Madame Robinson. It is something more valuable than any formula Mr. Stevens, Ms. Wong, or Miss Reed could ever teach us. Hard to believe, I know. In our middle school, in our class, we have formed a special type of bond. We have forged friendships. The gift of friendship is something that can never be taught. It is experienced. And we are lucky enough, I am lucky enough, to have shared it with some people that, in my opinion, are the coolest, kindest, smartest, and most caring in the world. We have laughed together. We have cried together. We have laughed so hard we are practically crying together. We have learned life lessons together, and together we will graduate. Today, it is time to say goodbye to our elementary education and start looking on to our high school education. Time to say goodbye to U13 and U14 teams for the junior and senior ones. It is time to leave these downstairs classrooms for the upstairs ones, and time to leave behind these awesome teachers that have helped us grow together for the new faces that will help us continue on our journey. Most of all, though, we leave behind this middle school community that we know and love for the bigger, busier, and if we admit it to ourselves, maybe a little bit scarier senior school, where we will all be freshmen, aka fresh meat. But as we have heard from our teachers, We are a great group of people who will join together and help each other through the new classes, the new teachers, and the one thing that's not so new, the homework. We've done lots of that before. One of Mr. Bulge's favorite quotes from Nelson Mandela seems fitting here. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond belief. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Wherever we go and whatever happens to us next, we have Mr. Mandela's assurance that we are more than qualified to deal with these situations ahead of us, like senior school. So, even though we will not all be together every day for senior school, we should all feel confident that HTS Middle School has prepared us for whatever lies ahead. At this time, please join me in applauding the commitment, talent, and dedication of our fabulous teachers and our parents for their unconditional love and unwavering support. As we head to senior school, think not of just the great lessons we will take on, but the relationships we will form and the new forms ourselves will take. As Dr. Seuss once said, be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Congratulations to the grade 8 class of 2009. Thank you.
That's why I went before her, because